Suzanne. She's from across the street at this house here, directly across the street from me. This is about the police misconduct against Warren Police Department. She's going to state a little bit about what she saw on that day, which was April 29th, Tuesday. So, hi, Suzanne.
Hi.
Please tell me what you and your children was able to see from across the street.
Yeah, it was a pretty warm day, finally, after the long winter we had. And my kids were right out on the front porch, about 8 to 10 feet away here from this driveway. And we heard a commotion. We saw a car being pulled over, and the car was pulled over the bumper to about here, blocking this bottom portion of her driveway, of Rashandra's driveway. And they had a couple that they were pulled out of the car and was searching them and handcuffing them. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh, what's going on, you know? And then we see our neighbor Rashandria, back up her car, and then all of a sudden the woman officer, she's kind of short with blonde hair, she come running from the street as she was backing up and said, why the fuck are you trying to back up? It was her wording. And then she ran over, and Rashandria tried to get out and see, and then she saw her running over, so she got back in, didn't really get all the way out. And the woman officer ripped open her door and grabbed her by her hair, basically, pulled her out, flipped her hat off on the ground. I'm pretty sure it was, she said she's going to mace her. She had a can of mace in her hand, and basically was jerking her around. Then all of a sudden we saw her handcuffed, and then she was led down here to sit on the ground for about 20 minutes on the ground handcuffed while they took care of this other couple. And then the man officer finally came over. I don't know if he ran her driver's license and all that, but he allowed her to finally, after she was sitting here for 20 minutes behind the car, he basically guided and told her she could just go on off to work. And it was a shocker to see how the woman officer had ran up on her and was verbally swore and said, why the F are you trying to back out? And grabbed her by her hair, threw her hat down, had mace already. It was too much excessive force for a simple person trying to back out of their driveway to get to work on time, and then lead her over here handcuffed when she didn't resist any arrest, and to sit on the ground for like 20 minutes at least while they conducted whatever business they were doing in the police car with the other couple that was parked out here on some other incidents.
And Suzanne, could you please state how long you've known me?
About over 7 months. I moved here, and every morning and afternoon her daughter and my son and we all walk down here to the corner to the bus stop in the morning and the afternoon. And I know Rashandra that way, started getting to know her that way. She seems like a very nice person. I've seen her and her husband. He takes the kids over to the park over here. They stay to themselves. They keep their home nice. They have a very nice car. Just a very nice lady with a nice attitude, good disposition, always smiling in the morning. And I was like, oh, she's always happy in the morning. Made me happy to start my day out right.
Have you ever experienced, you or any fellow neighbors, have you ever experienced any complaints or anything against me and my family at all?
Never, no. It's pretty much quiet around here. I haven't noticed any incidences, and we've lived here now 7 months, and when you move into a new neighborhood, you notice a lot.
Exactly right.
You know, at first when you're moving to a home, you know. Yeah.
Thank you.
It should have never have happened. It was too much excessive force. She maybe should have walked up and said, well, we'll back you. Go ahead and back up. We know you're trying to get to work.
Exactly right.
And they were even the woman officer was even being wild with the girl that they had handcuffed, and jerking her around also. And I can understand that they were looking for whatever on her and going to their car. That was another instance. But just because the car was the bumper was this far up over into the driveway, maybe 6 inches, half foot, maybe a foot, about a foot.
It might have been further up. I don't know.
Maybe about 6 inches, right about here. She could have just backed up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this is the rest of her driveway over here, and she had to back up in a hard left out, and the man officer was very nice and guided her out. But the woman officer had a very bad attitude as far as being helping citizens or looking out for neighbors. It seemed like that she took whatever incidents was happening over here and directed it upon Chandria.
Thank you so much, Suzanne.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.